Hi, YouTube, and welcome to Ask a Bookkeeper. Three, two, one. Hello? Oh, hello, Facebook, and get ready for Ask a Bookkeeper with Stephanie Conley.
Oh, good. At least my logo's on the right side of my shirt.
Oh, yeah. I should have done that. I'm sorry. We'll get you.
Am I supposed to be talking? Or...
1 minute. 1 minute till showtime, but welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you with Ask a Bookkeeper. Let's get dirty this week. Hello, Ask a Bookkeeper. Oh, hello. All right. And you're live. Here's Stephanie Conley.
Oh. Hi, everyone. I'm Stephanie Conley, just getting used to the new format of the show. So I guess welcome. And today we're going to talk about things that we're doing for our clients. Since I'm an essential business, the radio station's an essential business. I see all these posts on Facebook of everybody supporting their local restaurants and things like that. So, and I see that local restaurants are giving rolls of toilet paper with orders or coupons or things like that. So I just kind of wanted to mention maybe some other things that us essential businesses are doing for our clients that have been able to stick with us during this COVID time. One of the things that I did for my clients is that I was proactive in looking through my client list and seeing which my clients were deemed essential or non-essential, and we restructured their monthly packages with us and readjusted the pricing to kind of fit the new normal for them on a temporary basis. So we're giving them 2 months of adjusted pricing in their bookkeeping during this time, and then we'll go back to normal. And that was just a nice little thank you that we did for our clients. So I was just curious to see anybody out there what they're kind of doing for their clients. What do I do with this? I just scroll.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy mouse over there. It is. One of the things that that 21/6 the net is doing, besides offering great broadcasting shows, people with things like good bookkeeping tips and what's in your loaf comedy, things like that, is we want people who have great ideas for shows to join our contest. So we're trying to tap into everybody's creativity and come up with a new show idea, a podcast, if you will, and we'll air it. So far, we've got some good entries, and the winner wins 1 year's worth of show, up to 60 minutes a week, absolutely free. It's about a $9,600 a year package, which is really nice. That's one thing. That's one thing we're doing, trying to help them out, help out those small businesses.
Okay. I guess another thing that we did was the emergency disaster advance. We kind of send out an email and let our clients know the programs that are out there for them and let them know some options that they have. So if they needed help with us pulling financial reports for them or needed any of that kind of assistance, so this way all the links and everything were in one spot for them to be able to access and do and everything. So we did that. I don't know. Those were kind of the things that we did, and then I don't know. I guess how is everybody doing with the new with their new normal? How are you pivoting in your business is kind of another thing that maybe we want to know.
What one thing that I've got a question for you is, now that I'm running my business from home, and let's say that I haven't, is that going to help me? Will I be able to write off some of my equity or something? I don't know about all that, what you can write off and what you can't. But now all of a sudden, for at least a quarter of the year, I've had to work from my home. Good question.
I don't know. I guess we would have to. I would probably have to ask one of my CPA friends about that and how that would work, since you're not using your home office for the whole year and you're only using it for a quarter of the year or potentially longer.
Or potentially longer, right?
But I would imagine if you did it for the whole year, you would probably be able to write off any additional expenses. Like if you had to get like a new working station for at home, so like a desk, a computer setup, upgrade your internet, things like that, you can write off. Because I know when I was a W-2 employee, I had to drive a lot for a company that I worked for, so I was able to write off those miles as a business expense. And then I was also required to have kind of a little workstation that I was able to take advantage of as well. So I would think that there might be something.
Yeah, it's got to be some sort of trick in there, right? Something to help us out.
Yeah. I would think so. I mean, one of the things, this is kind of a positive, I think, that now I've had to get used to doing the new networking through Zoom. I'm sure everybody's kind of partaked in a Zoom call or two in the last couple weeks. But now I've been able to expand my networking abilities. I've been able to network in different states that I wouldn't have been able to network in before. So I was able to join a networking conference in New York. I did a couple in California. I have one lined up in Arizona. So that's been kind of something that I've taken from this that is super positive, and I feel like my business is going to hopefully grow from that new exposure. And I wouldn't have had that opportunity if we weren't on the shelter in and I was just doing my normal face-to-face networking in the McHenry County area.
And when it comes to that, I mean, what are you? And it's good for your business, right? Because you can go state to state to state. I mean, are you doing it to better yourself? Are you doing it to get business? I mean, exactly what's the reason that you're doing that?
I think it kind of would be a mix of a bunch of different things.
Could you tell Mom to quit vacuuming?
I think it's kind of a mixture of things. I want to kind of talk to other business owners and see what they're going through. Like, for example, the group in New York was primarily CPAs, financial people. So people kind of in the same industry and space as me.
Yeah.
And to kind of mastermind and bounce some ideas off of them was, I felt, very educational for me. So it wasn't necessarily a lead generating type event. It was more of an educational event. So that was something that I look forward to going to the next meeting. And I want to expand and open up different satellite offices.
Sure.
As we grow. So my next location that I'm looking for is in Phoenix, since I have family out there.
Yeah, why not?
You know, I need to have an office location out there because then it's a business trip. And so I'm kind of excited to see where that goes. And so that's kind of how we've pivoted. I did my first Facebook Live, even though I've done the radio show a few times.
Yeah.
Did my first Facebook Live on quarterly income taxes, because I feel like people have kind of forgotten about those, because everybody's so focused on their payroll taxes. They're so focused on the extensions for things with regards to their annual taxes. And I don't know, most people are creatures of habit. So normally when you file your annual tax return, you get your little income tax little sheets, those little 4 sheets that you mail in at the end of the quarter. You might have seen them from your CPA.
Yeah.
And so I feel like people kind of might forget about that since they extended the filing to July 15th, and your quarterly taxes are due in 5 days.
Yeah. So I don't know if you see there's a question out there from Alex in California. You got to tell me where you're getting all these meetings from.
All the well, I'm part of Prime Power Partners, which is a uh, networking group here in Chicago, and for the members of the group that can work nationwide, they've expanded and opened up a couple other networking groups.
Opportunities.
So yeah, so Prime Media has has opened some of those other groups up, and they're building that influence.
Nice, nice. Always looking to help the small businesses, which are cool. That's cool. And of course, if you have questions, you're listening to Ask a Bookkeeper. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we're looking for, hey, let us know what you're doing. Brad Fox is out there, Chris Bimby. What are you guys doing for your customers through this pandemic, and how you helping out? We'd love to hear from you. Give you a little shout out for your businesses as well. But the idea is there's a ton of businesses that you've come across, Steph, not just in bookkeeping, but in business. And that's what you really want. You want to kind of highlight those businesses and what they're doing, even though it's not quote unquote, debits and credits and whatever you do with bookkeeping, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, on one of the Zoom calls that I had earlier in the week, a IT guy, I forget the name of his business right now. I'll post it in the chat later, but he's offering free hosting for remote, and you don't have to be a client of his. So he has a bunch of hosting licenses. So he's offering those um, small businesses that need remote servers or remote access during this
Yeah.
time. You can call him up, and he has like small limited packages that he can give you for free, which is a nice service to offer for free. I don't know what's all involved in that, but since I'm not an IT person, I feel like it's very involved
And
as far as I'm concerned.
and the name of the business is what?
I'd have to look it up on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Should I look it
Well, figure it out, or you can post it later.
Yeah, I'll post it later in the chat. I know the gentleman's name is Ron.
Ron, good old Ron.
He's an Elgin.
Yeah.
That. And then Tim Santos in the watch party asked if I'm gonna continue to do the Zooms and everything in the other states. Yes. Yeah, I totally am gonna keep once everything settles and we're able to go back outside and do everything. I'm gonna try and do it all and see what happens. I'll go back to my normal in-person networking because I like talking to businesses in my community, and then I'll also continue to do the online networking because I think it could be
Nice. And where are you doing your watch party at?
on me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just said like start watch party on my phone.
I didn't know if you went to a group.
Oh no, it's just me.
Just started. All right. Fair enough. I just wanted to make sure we weren't in the same group. I'm doing one as well for you.
Oh,
Get it out
okay.
there. But
I'm
in McHenry Strong.
It's no, I'm just
Yeah.
it's just me
All right.
personally, so it's just my friend.
So yeah, Alex from California asked, "What have you been doing during the COVID at Steph's Books?"
Well, I guess one of the things I did is I kind of took some of my own advice that I shared out on one of my videos, and I reviewed my financials.
Nice.
I took a look to see through my dues and subscriptions, my software subscriptions, to kind of see if there was anything I could cut out, anything I could increase. I noticed that my meals and entertainment went down since I've been at home and not
Huge.
out and about. So that was good. What else have we done? We kind of figured out different marketing strategies, ways to pivot, how to, I guess, work in a house with my toddler being home at all the time.
Yeah.
I'm used to him.
You've been married to him for how long? Yeah.
I'm used to him going to school a few days a week, and now he's at home, and for some reason he's hyper focused on me since I think it's because his schedule is off.
Yeah, it's thrown a little bit, right?
So
I did see a nice wedding picture, and Rich can get up. He was got a good vertical. He was really up in the air.
yeah, we just had our uh, seventh wedding anniversary, and so Rich made a surf and turf dinner, and we had
Nice.
a romantic dinner in the basement.
So funny to hear it, right? Absolutely. Now, when we come out of this, and who knows? I mean, it's going to be different in different states. It's going to be different for everybody. What are your plans for after the stay in shelter is lifted for Steph's Books? Is it carry on like you're doing now, or is it hit the ground running? Is it to relaunch your business? Is it what are you thinking that comes next?
um, I mean, it's kind of difficult because when you're an essential business and you're still operating, I mean,
Yeah.
thankfully, I still have 95% of my clients.
Mm-hmm.
So we only kind of lost a few, but it's just a temporary thing. I feel like with the contracts and stuff, I've still been able to bid out on new jobs, but people are kind of waiting to sign until we're out of this. So I feel like a lot of people probably won't see me in June and July because
You're gonna be
I'm
busy.
hoping, fingers crossed, that those people will
Mm-hmm.
sign the contracts then once we're off this shelter and stay. So I don't know if I necessarily need to make some huge change
Yeah,
because I,
and I think there's going to be probably a lot of interesting conversations that you'll have with business owners because perhaps several of them are not essential that are your clients, and they've lost an incredible amount of their year as far as income. I mean, the springtime for some of yours, I guess, is probably a busy time, and now here we are. They may be shuttered, or uh, you know,
well, I mean, I kind of feel like realistically, it's really the month of April that's going to be the hardest hitting month, I think, for most of the businesses. Because I think we still had a good chunk of March to still be out there, to still be growing, to still be selling. I can say a lot of my construction clients and people in the trades are kind of on standby for a lot of their projects because people don't want them in their house right now because some people are elderly or they just don't feel comfortable because they're a little freaked out, even if those businesses have the masks and the gloves and
Mhm.
the body suits and whatever you got to wear to go in people's homes.
Body
Um,
condoms. Yeah.
yeah, you know, that so I feel like they're going to have a big burst of busy time once this is over. But then I've also talked to a couple of my other clients and they're busier than they've ever been
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
cool. Yeah.
One of my clients, he sells water softeners, and now people are at home and they're sitting and looking at the stuff in their house, and they're like, "Oh, that's kind of old, and I could replace that," or "Oh, why don't we retile the backsplash, or why don't we do this?" So people are kind of getting through those honey-do lists, and they're kind of doing some renovations and stuff on their houses because they have the time.
Yeah, I think the other exciting thing for the United States public is that when all the stores and everything open, I mean, it's still going to be spring wear. So they're like a season behind. So there's going to be some really good prices on stuff,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there'll
right?
probably be some discounts on all that stuff that nobody
Be the
bought
gold
now.
star over at Kohl's would be half the store. It'd be great.
Um,
So has there been anybody, and Alex was wondering, has there been anybody that maybe you've talked to, any of your clients that have realized that perhaps they were doing something incorrectly or headed down the wrong way, which now this break in business or this slowdown has given them that aha moment?
I think some of my clients have decided to look at their marketing programs that they had going
Mm-hmm.
because we kind of track those through their P&L of how they're spending their dollars through I don't know, through whatever advertising platforms, Facebook, Google, GoDaddy, whatever they're using, and their, what is that called? The SEO and
Yeah.
all that. And they could take the time now and review their CRM and kind of see where they've gotten the best bang for their buck. Is it time now to kind of up that in certain areas? Is it time not to, like, or time to cut the fat in some spaces? Some of my clients, we've kind of dove in deeper into their financials and kind of pointed out things that maybe we wouldn't have pointed out as such a big thing, like the amount of money that you're spending on interest on your credit cards. We just kind of looked at it as more of a normal expectancy in in some businesses and stuff. But now that every penny counts, we've kind of dove in deeper to that to kind of see, ways that maybe we could reduce that for them, or put it on like a budget or a payment plan to escalate that to get rid of that, because you don't get anything out of that.
Yeah.
At least if you have meals and entertainment, at least you get like a cheeseburger. And interest is just going garbage money. So.
It's true. That is great. So I don't know. Do you have Alex's comments up there on the jumbotron? I'll let you read that.
I see how they work.
Yeah.
Do I read it?
Yeah, just read it out loud. I mean, that makes good radio. I read it silently. It was a nice comment.
So Stephanie taught me something interesting, looking at fixed costs and what we were just spending because we've always spent it on, or always spent to have it versus what we actually need. Yeah, so that was kind of what I was talking about, that we've kind of taken that deeper dive into certain things with our clients and kind of questioned some transactions that maybe we wouldn't have questioned. Like, for example, I have a client, she uses T-Sheets, which is a time tracking software.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like $25 a month for her. But right now she's kind of laid off some of her subcontractors temporarily. So she doesn't really need the software. So maybe we should cancel it for, the next 2 or 3 months and save that $50 to $75. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that, is your, I don't know, your NICOR bill. So we could shift that somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thing. I've noticed. I've followed your instructions on that too, and I've just today I got upset too because I saw one that I missed. I'm like, oh god, son of a $10 a month just rolling out, right. And I'm like, I don't need that anymore. So I went and I canceled it today, but I had missed it, so it's good.
So somebody that will remain nameless, since I know that they're watching in my watch party, they had a free trial subscription to a software.
Yep.
And then when it went live, they forgot to cancel the free demoed it, didn't particularly care for it, and then didn't cancel it. But thankfully I was able to see that one.
Yeah. Yep. That's interesting. Absolutely. Anybody out there, anybody else? We've got a few minutes left here. Have a story of what your small business is doing for your clients during COVID-19 pandemic, or anybody out there with a question that you might want to ask a bookkeeper. That's the name of the show. Ask a Bookkeeper with Stephanie Guy. Hey, if they're a little shy and they want to find out where you're at and how you do things, where can they find you?
Oh, they could give me a call at 847-942-3004. They could go on my website, stephsbooks.com. They could email me at steph@stephsbooks.com. Can I give a birthday shout out?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw that one of Jimmy logged in. So happy birthday to you, because today's his birthday and he's sitting at home. Like everybody else. I don't know. A couple people said in the watch party that my microphone is soft. Does that mean I'm not talking loud enough? Oh, did you guys turn up your volume? Oh, you have the. Oh, all right. Well, yeah. So all of that there, that's how you get hold of me. So yeah, I see that there's a bunch of small business owners in my watch party. Oh, I guess Phil turned his volume up on his phone, so he's good now.
Yeah, no, you sound good.
Oh, okay.
uh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, the phone number kind of. It's cold outside today in Illinois.
So, but yeah, so those were just kind of the things I guess that I wanted to talk about things that we did for our clients. Some of the and just how appreciative they were by us being proactive and just kind of doing those adjustments that we did on their account without them having to ask. Because I feel like there's a lot of, I mean, business owners or people in general are just kind of prideful and they don't like to ask for help.
Yeah.
And or they feel bad because of that. So we didn't want our clients to feel bad or feel uncomfortable asking us for help. So we just proactively did what we did. Because we always tell them that we're like one big happy crappy family and we'll just treat each other accordingly.
Well, that's you can't be embarrassed. This is a great format, and you'll have hundreds, perhaps thousands of views through our Facebook and our YouTube. But the best thing that's the funny thing too is, hey, if you own a small business, you're out there. Jump on and say, hey, this is Kent from 216 The Net. I have a question. So with thousands of views and thousands upon thousands of listeners on 216 The Net on the app, it's a simple shout out for your business. It costs absolutely nothing. But that's what Steph's trying to do for you as well in using this type of platform. So that's cool.
I just remembered something else we did.
Yeah.
My 4-year-old loves dinosaurs. So we created a little show for him.
That's
and
cool.
He's doing like 1 to 2 minute commercials for local businesses called Dino Eli. And so you could sponsor a show. It's completely free. We're not charging anything. And we make our own homemade sets, and production is all done at home.
Yeah.
And
he's loving it. You guys, it's so fun.
So yeah, so of course, since he's 4, you never know what he's going to say in response to the questions. So as a business owner, just be prepared to that. But Stephanie Burrows, she's a realtor. We just did one for her, and she sent Eli a little dino tent. So that was really nice and thoughtful. And she is out there promoting, I think, every single small business.
Well, she is
known or seen. She's on all of these restaurants' websites. Promoting them all through Facebook and all the promotions that they're doing. She's promoting my business. I've seen her promote, I think, the radio station. I think she's making her way through every single business in the McHenry County and giving them a shout out on Facebook. So kudos to her.
Yep.
I know that Alice.
Yeah, Prime Media is doing a great job too.
Yeah. Alice Peaky, I know that she's doing the face masks and picking those up and helping with that. Christine Ditzler with Restoration One is doing helpful tips and videos. Since I could see you guys all on the watch party, and since none of you guys are gonna tell everybody what you're doing, I'm just gonna share all your business out there. So she's making all these great videos that are being picked up and watched. I've found them to be helpful. Prime Media did, you could, for 30 seconds, you could do a 30-second video about your business.
Yeah,
they're splicing them and making these really nice couple-minute long videos promoting whomever. You could do it. It's free.
Yep.
Who else is doing that? The radio station's doing a contest where you could have a free show. And so for the 30 days, and whoever wins the contest, then you get a 1-year subscription for free.
That's it. Alex says if his Dino Eli gets over 6 million views, he'll fly him to Jurassic Park.
Okay. Eli.
Fair enough. Let's go sell it to India.
Yeah, Eli would be game for that because he is. Well, because now that Alex is in California, they just remodeled the Jurassic Park ride to be Jurassic World.
Oh, really?
So he can't wait to go there. And now he just hit the height requirement,
It's gonna be
so he's good.
it's gonna be fun when he gets older and wants a crocodile. Well, it won't be tigers. It'll be crocodiles and lizards and
Yeah.
things like that. Dragons, all those things.
So those are some of the businesses that I know and the things that they're doing for their clients or other small businesses to help boost them.
So what's next for Ask a Bookkeeper? Are you looking to? There's a rumor out there. You're going to be dropping videos again, and you're going to be maybe taking this show to twice a month.
Yeah, I think we're gonna up the show to twice a month. I'm gonna start doing my tip videos.
Yeah.
So I'll be sharing some bookkeeping ideas with the screen share, so you could follow along with all of that. I guess so. I'll probably get the platform ready for that, because the one that we really want to do is payroll. I feel like I get a lot of questions about payroll. And how to set that up, how to add an employee, how to remove an employee. I don't know if people know this or not, but on QuickBooks you could automate your payroll. So if you have people that are all on salary, you just set it and forget it.
Yeah.
It'll just automatically generate the payroll, automatically do the direct deposit, and you don't have to do anything.
That's cool. That is cool. Well, all right. We are at the end of at the top of the hour, the end of this show of Ask a Bookkeeper with Stephanie Conley from Steph's Books, stephsbooks.com. If they need to get a hold of you one last time, how do they do that? What? Yeah, live studio audience can ask a question. Yeah.
A number of people have asked, do you know of any really good online hour tracking services or systems for all the people doing work from home now?
I like T-Sheets because
So-
it integrates with QuickBooks, and there's also Shark Clock.
So what the question was,
Oh.
because the studio audience doesn't have a microphone,
Oh.
was do you know any good software for tracking hourly employees or something like that?
Yeah.
Employees
Who are on work from home or remotely?
I like T-Sheets because it integrates
Bless you.
with QuickBooks, and Shark Clock is also really good. Both of those apps have geofencing, so you can. So if the employee is supposed to be at their house working, and not like logged in and then got in their car and went to go to McDonald's or something, you can see that they're working at that station and stuff like that. So you could set up the geofence kind of around their home or around, because I know for construction clients we set it up like around the local eateries and stuff of the job sites, or like Home Depot or Menards. So if they leave the job site and they go to Home Depot, we know that they did that. So we'll have to determine if that's billable to client or if they have to eat it. But yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, okay, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Ask a Bookkeeper. You let them know where they can find you already, or did you? No? You want to do it again?
They can find me on my website, stephsbooks.com. Email me, steph@stephsbooks.com, or call me at 847-942-3004.
All right, for all of us here at 216 The Net, this has been another edition of Ask the Bookkeeper with Stephanie Conley. And if you just want to hit